ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100-plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100-plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500-plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100-plus authorized training partners and 50-plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000-plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100 plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100 plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500 plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100 plus authorized training partners and 50 plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000 plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the 100 Days AI Tool Challenge. My name is Pratibha and I'll be your moderator for today. So if you have any question at any point or you want to know anything regarding this session or GSTC Studio, please feel free to use the chat box. We'll be keeping an eye on it. And let's make this interesting. So if you feel that anything most resonated with you or you have some takeaways from this session or if you're enjoying this session, please feel free to drop your reactions, emojis into the chat box. In this way, we know that you're actively listening and keeping engaging with us. Just allow me a minute to share my screen. Meanwhile, please let us know what you think about this webinars we are conducting from you, of how you guys are taking the learning sessions. So on behalf of the Global Skill Development Council, I'm truly delighted to welcome you all to the 100 Days AI Tool Challenge, a hands-on webinar series designed for managers and professionals just like you. In this session, we are creating the live demos, real live use cases to demonstrate so that you can not just learn, you can also apply what you take away. And the one of the things which make this challenge very interesting is the amazing panel of speakers we have lined up for you. So some of them have already given an incredible and insightful session, and others are all set to bring in more powerful ideas. And here's a little spoiler. So we are continuously adding more speaker into your learning journey. So you want to know how you can grab a spot? Well, hang tight till end of today's session and I'll be telling you the details then. For those who are joining with us for the very first time, let me tell you quickly who we are. So, Global Skill Development Council is a globally recognized certification body committed to bridging the gap between skills, innovation, and industry. We have 100 plus authorized training partner associated with us. We are accredited by ANSI and ABICB. We are also supported by WordPress Media Hub, who help us amplify our initiative and reach to the wider global audience. We have a 500 plus subject matter experts who contribute to our program. Till year 250,000 professionals have been certified with us. We are also associated with 1,000 plus multinational companies and 50 plus university worldwide. So now I want to make an excellent announcement. We have just launched a unique platform, GSDC Studio Lifelong Learning Initiative. In the GSDC AI Studio, you will be getting the 100 plus live monthly session with global experts, 4 daily sessions, 45 minutes live expert lead sessions from hands-on learning, session from global experts, learn directly from AI leaders around the world, real-time practice, apply concept immediately and get your question answered, certification ready, training aligned with industry standards for job ready skills. You want to know how you can get the benefit of GSTC AI Studio? Well, let me tell you. So there is three-way for this. First, you can get a free 30-day access. In that, you will get a 80 plus live session per month, access to full GSTC Studio. Second is the GSTC lifelong membership, which is from $109. So you can get a lifetime access, 80 plus live session per month, access to full GSTC Studio, free GSDC membership, access to physical events, and LinkedIn profile improver. Last but not the least, you can also get the benefit from GSDC certification lifetime membership. So this is for a very limited time of offer, and the offer starting is from $100. In this, you will get the GSDC certification, all benefits of lifetime membership, personalized coaching, capstone projects plus AI tool, GSDC Copilot, and competency assessment tool. If you want to know more about the GSDC AI Studio, I'll be sharing the contact person email in the chat. You can connect with her. So we have Trillia's 100 plus certification covering in our portfolio, in which included learning and development HR, Gen AI, agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead auditor and implementer, project management and PMO, Agile DevOps and SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation, and many more. Once you get the certified with the GSDC, you just don't walk away with the certification. You also become a part of our community member. And with that, you will get the GSDC membership benefits, which comes with lifelong membership, certification upgrade, workshop, boot camps, learning club access, also the benefit of GSDC EI Studio, and many more. Now, for those who are joining with us for the very first time, let me tell you what is the AI Tool Challenge. So, for this AI Tool Challenge is all about making AI real practical and immediately useful for managers and professionals like you. Across this 100 days, we are diving into tools that help with everything from automation and collaboration to data-driven decision making. So far, we have already completed many of the challenge and we are moving ahead with yet another insightful session. So I hope you're all ready for that. Which brings me to the highlight of today's speaker. Chris Red. Chris is the founder of Red Consultant, a boutique AI and data analytics consultants based outside of New York City. Red helps companies across industries implement AI workflow to increase efficiency and expand their reach. But an AI solution is only as good as the data it sits on. Chris has decades of experience with data governance, data capture, and automation, and help ensures the new AI imbalancements are robust and effective. When Chris is not building out his AI business, he enjoys coaching his daughter in youth sports and has a bi-weekly newsletter on philosophy at the redstoic.com. Chris will be leading the session of Uses of AI Workflow Part 1, exploring how an introduction to automating and optimizing business process using AI workflows with NITAN. And Chris is also going to going to be speaker on one of the session at 7th November. So today the session he is giving on uses of AI workflow. That is the part 1, and part 2 he will be giving on the 7th November. And before we begin, before handing over the virtual mic, just a quick reminder. If you have any queries during the session or if you'd like to know more about GSDC and our initiative, if you want to ask any question to the speakers, please don't hesitate to use the chat box. Drop your reactions, emojis, or quick comment in the chat throughout the session. That's how we know you're actively listening and absorbing the insight. With that, it's time to hand over the mic to the Chris. Chris, the stage is all yours.
Terrific. Thank you very much, Pratibha. I'm getting my screen share going here. And I think we are off and running. All right, Pratibha, just give me we're good to go. You see my screen, yeah?
Yes.
All right, terrific. Well, thank you so much for having me to the GSDC. Thank you, everybody, for joining here. My name is Chris Radvansky. Appreciate the introduction there, Pratibha. I've been running my own consultancy within the analytics and technology space for about 2.5 years. For 11 years prior to that, I served as a vice president of reporting, strategy, and analytics for an HR consulting company. Some of our clients included McKinsey, Goldman Sachs, KPMG, so some of the heavy hitters within the financial world, and also Adobe, Intuit. So really across the board, understanding their data, understanding their workforces, and how different levers around talent acquisition can impact their operations as a whole. But now, for the last 6 months, really, I've dove in on the AI workspace. And I say 2.5 years, I was doing a lot of Power BI. For the last 6 months, I've been doing a lot of N8N. And one thing that I've learned is that you are an expert depending upon compared to other people. So as much as I've only been doing this for 6 months, I've enveloped myself in learning this tool, in joining communities, in getting onto message boards, in joining up with live calls with true experts within the space. And I've been building this thing out. And what I want to just share with you all today is a passion for now what is possible. And so if I go to my next screen here, and I got all these different PowerPoints, there we go. Too many screens when you're sharing a PowerPoint. But at Rad Consultants, we believe that small and mid-sized businesses should not be left behind within this AI revolution. That's exactly what this is. It is a revolution. When automation is accessible and aligned to business outcomes, it frees up human potential and accelerates growth. So if you are a one-man shop or a one-lady shop and you're trying to build a business, you can now do that a heck of a lot easier and a heck of a lot more successfully with AI in your pocket. Sam Altman, the head of OpenAI, said a while ago now, but I think it's tracking this way, that it's going to be, we're going to have a business that is a $1 billion business that has one person running it. So it really comes down to entrepreneurship, seeing for the different ways in which your unique skills and your passions can drive value within the world. So how are we bringing these AI, this evolution, this revolution to the people? We are building custom AI workflows, again, using N8N to automate repetitive processes, those things that you say, you know what, this is tedious, this is not fun, this is not driving value for me or for my customers, but it's just something that we have to do. Find a way to automate. We got to surface insights from underused data. There's a lot of data out there, a heck of a lot of data that is just sitting there and doing nothing because we don't have the bandwidth, we don't have the people hours to be able to dedicate to that. What does this data mean? How can it improve my business? How can it improve the lives of my client's business? And that's now what generative AI is allowing us for us to do. Create systems that scale without requiring a technical team. When you say, I don't have enough time to do something, you're actually saying, I don't have a system to build that thing. So now we can start investing the time in saying, okay, not only is that urgent, but it's also important, and maybe I just don't have the time for it. That's no longer an excuse. We need to be upskilling ourselves. So here at the GSDC, I know skill investment is a very important aspect of this, and that's why I'm here doing what I'm doing. But our solutions are lightweight, practical, and measurable. What we want to do is say, listen, we can go for a whole number of micro wins. We can stand up something that is a very easy to access, very easy to initiate, and we can deliver it in a way that does not require an extensive implementation process. We can do that using this tool N8N, which we're going to get our hands on shortly here. So specifically, end-to-end process automation from workflow design, AI integration to deployment optimization. What I tell people is, based here in northeastern United States, outside of New York City, outside of Philadelphia, a lot of Italians. I have Italian heritage myself. I tell people, if you want chicken parmesan, you got to tell me that you want chicken parmesan. You have to tell me your end goal, and that you want to tell me what's on your plate. And you might need to give me some raw chicken, some tomatoes, and a block of cheese. If you give me the ingredients and you tell me what you want on the plate, we can get there. I was not confident about that before I learned this tool. A lot of people that are learning this tool are seeing exactly that. So if you have something, you learned something from the GSDC, you attended previous sessions, you're attending sessions as the time goes on here in these 100 days, I would strongly recommend learn N8N. There's a lot of activity out there. There's a lot of valuable resources, people sharing information, people sharing workflows out there that you can really sink your teeth in relatively quickly here. Now, I keep saying N8N, I keep talking about automations. There's actually 5 levels of artificial intelligence enablement here. You can see your basic ChatGPT, Claude, that's where everybody's been, everybody's talking about. Custom GPTs, gems, projects, those exist within each of the individual large language models, LLMs. Those are repeatable tasks that you can build out using natural language and say, okay, I do this thing frequently. Every time I come and access this custom GPT, I want you to do X, Y, and Z process, and you can do that. But what I'm going to be showing you today, you can also see we're going to have workflow automation, agents, and vibe coding. Agents, we can build agents within any, and I'm not going to get into that today. Vibe coding, Cursor, Replit, Lovable, Bolt, those are all different software that you can use to build natural language to build software for your specific use cases. But we're going to live in the world of workflow automation today. And again, we're going to do that through the lens of N8N. It's very difficult to say. I say, have you ever heard of N8N? And people have never, they can't even understand what I'm saying. If you watch a YouTube video and you put on closed captions at the bottom, people keep saying N8N and YouTube has no idea what they're saying. So it's difficult to pronounce. It's difficult to understand. It's not the easiest to learn. And I'm going to jump into that real quick here. Open source workflow automation platform connects APIs, apps, and data sources with minimal coding. I am not a coder. I've talked about that I used to be in analytics and strategy and technology. That is true. However, I'm more the liaison between somebody that's very, very comfortable with data and somebody that knows what the business is doing, how we're doing from a strategic perspective. If you told me I have to sit down and start writing lines and lines of code, I'm not going to do very well at that. Even SQL, I don't write SQL. Of course, nowadays you can have ChatGPT write absolutely anything you want. Claude, actually, I go to Claude more than I do for code than I do to ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT more frequently, but for specific use cases, I do jump into Claude for coding. And significant flexibility and full self-hosting capabilities. Again, I didn't know what self-hosting meant 6 months ago. So if we're talking about skill acquisition, this is a very important thing to learn. I don't have a development background. I don't really understand what I do when I go into the terminal, but with the assistance of ChatGPT, taking a lot of screenshots, and this N8N tool, all of a sudden I look like I'm a lot more of a seasoned veteran. I can build software essentially from scratch, and that's something I couldn't do without this tool. So each node represents an app, a service, a function connected within workflows that trigger automatically on demand. The way in which you can initiate a workflow is very, very varied, and we're going to see the list of that very shortly here. But when we talk about a workflow, this is just one example workflow. You can see there's 4 different ways in which this workflow can get kicked off. This is a workflow that I'll probably talk about on Friday during that session, but it's called prospect research and reach out. So there might be a lot more activity out there in terms of trying to grow a business. You need to educate yourself on the business initially though. So we have prospect research where we scrape the website of a company just based upon the name of the company. We find the website, we scrape the website, and then we intersperse what that company does with perhaps the vendor company. We find individuals that are within HR, that are within procurement. We create messaging. We tee up a draft email that the person can review, they can edit, and they can go ahead and hit send to a number of their prospects. So again, putting that whole process into an automation where all we have to do, literally all we have to do to kick off a workflow is hit a checkbox within a Google Sheet, and then we have this workflow run. It runs for 5 minutes. I go get a cup of coffee. I come back. It's done. And I can do that for multiple different businesses here. So again, the promise is there. It's just a matter of if you're not familiar with this tool, this is a mess. This looks like a maze. But as you learn it, as you acquire those skills, and as you get more comfortable, this is something that you say, okay, this went wrong. This needs to be adjusted. I know exactly where to go. That comes with an investment of time. That comes with an intentionality in terms of how you're going to spend your time. But I'm telling you, the ROI, the return on that investment of time is there. So I talked about N8N. There are other options out there. I think I might have mentioned Zapier. Make.com is another one. Those two are a little bit more consumer friendly. There's no code. With N8N, you can apply code depending upon what you need. Now, again, I don't write code. I don't know what JavaScript really is. I've gotten a little bit more familiar with it, but I'm not far from great with it. Of course, I use ChatGPT. I use Claude to help me out with that. But you can see on this chart, from Google, this is a responses, or I'm sorry, YouTube searches for these two different tools. So NAN and Make. You can see the blue line in January, all of a sudden it just kind of started shooting up, and it has gone up and up and up. And even the most recent time period here, it's taken another going up. So what that means as a community, if you're going to have more and more folks building within this tool, you're going to have more people that you can bounce ideas off of. You're going to have more people that can help troubleshoot you when you run into certain situations that you don't know how to address. And also, there is a number of templates that exist within N8N's website itself, where you say, I need to build something looking at Google Maps, or I need to build something looking at HubSpot or Google Sheets, whatever it might be. Those pre-built templates are already out there for you to grab. A lot of them are free. Some of them you'll pay $10 maybe for. You paste it into your instance of NAN, you tweak it to your credentials, to your specific use case, and all of a sudden you're up and running. So the flexibility there is just absolutely unbelievable. As a data person, as somebody that has loved automation for a very long time, I'm like, I can make your life so much easier if we just do this VLOOKUP, or if we build this pivot table, or if we do something within Power BI. Now, within NAN, that is just shot up through the roof. So again, I can't impress upon you enough to really dive deep into this tool. All right, now there are two paths, one of which I don't recommend, the other of which I'm doing right now. You can do N8N Cloud. So essentially you establish a login, you pay a monthly subscription, and then you also pay per workflow that is run. I do not do that, as you might have figured out. Or you can do self-hosted, where you download the application, you put it onto your computer, or you host it through a virtual private system, which I do with Hostinger. So you can see at the bottom, my self-hosted stack is, I have a VPS with Hostinger. Hostinger is kind of like a GoDaddy, where they host my website. And of course, now they're hosting my N8N instance. I have Docker, which again, I'm not very familiar with. I take a lot of trust in what ChatGPT tells me I need to do with that. And then I access Hostinger's remote terminal using VS Code. All this stuff is new. All this information, all these tools I hadn't heard of 5-6 months ago. So it's a matter of investing your time in learning these tools. You can get up to speed. You can learn these tools. You can learn the use cases if you invest the time. And all of a sudden you find yourself talking to people all over the world about this tool that you just learned, like myself. So let's see, are we through my presentation here? Not quite yet. I want to go through a little bit more. All right, so within NAN, I'm going to use some different terminologies here. So triggers, they start workflows via webhooks, cron schedules, which is really good. Every day at 8 a.m., do this thing. That's a schedule. And then app events. Nodes, you're going to see that a lot. You've already seen me mention it above, where we said, okay, well, every individual action is actually what's called a node. So you got to know the terminology here. Expressions, I just mentioned JavaScript. It is beneficial if you understand that. Again, there's a lot of resources out there that you can say, okay, I'm looking to do this. What do I need to do? What code do I need? You know, there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that I've learned from as well. And then credentials. It's one thing, as I just mentioned, you can download a workflow. But if it relies on Google Sheets, or if it relies on HubSpot, if it relies on OpenAI, which you're going to see too, then you need to set up your own credentials and probably your own API. And again, that's not something I did before 6 months ago. Finally, executions and error checking. You are going to run into errors. You are going to hit play, or one of your clients are going to hit play, and they're not going to get the deliverable that they were expecting. The reason is, well, there was an error. Why was there an error? Because maybe some of the data pieces that we were expecting aren't as robust. They didn't come through, that something was missing, and therefore the workflow just stops because it was built to not account for if this, then do this, if that, then do that. And also, you can get a notification. Hey, this errored out. When it errors out, send me an email so that I can check on the error. So all this really interesting functionality that exists within there. When it comes to AI, though, it is the mix of automation and artificial intelligence. Before, we had a rote process. A goes to B, goes to C, and then maybe E or F. Okay, then that happens in that. And it's very, very automated, very, very predictable. When it comes to putting a large language model in there, such as ChatGPT, you're going to get something that is different every time, depending upon your use case. That's a good thing. or that's a bad thing. But it is literally intelligence. It enables, instead of you overseeing 5 or 10 different things, it enables you to say, listen, this is how I want you to make a decision. This is how I want you to output it. Just like we would in a prompt within level 1 of ChatGPT, you can do that same exact thing, and you'll see it happen here within an 8N. All right. I think that might be enough talking. You can see automation, personalization, distillation. But let's get into the tool. What do we say here? All right. And please do put your questions up here if you have any. I welcome them. And here we go. Okay. Now, I assume, Pratibha, you can still see my screen here. It's tough to navigate the Zoom and the PowerPoint as I'm still sharing, but I believe you're still seeing it. Okay, so this is that workflow that I just had on that one slide, right? The prospect research and reach out. I'm not going to dive into this right now. Again, you might be overwhelmed by it, but let's jump into creating a workflow from scratch. This is NAN. This is hosted, again, on that virtual private system, the VPS through Hostinger. These are all individual workflows that I've built, whether it's for demo purposes, whether it's for my own internal purposes to help my own business. It could be for individual clients. So these are all workflows that I've built. Some of them are active, some of them are not. But let's go ahead and create a workflow from scratch. Okay. And this is I don't think I communicated with Pratibha, what is your responsibility? What are the things that I want you to do out of this? How can you learn this information even better? And I'm trying to, let's see, we got some stuff in this. Okay, I see the question here. Free subscription. As I mentioned, the cloud version is not a free subscription, but once you download it, once you establish a VPS, you can see here on Hostinger, this is $4 a month. I've seen online, YouTube videos, people say, well, this is probably a pretty good deal. So effectively, this is $4 a month for me. Where the cost comes in is usage of tools and nodes within NAN that do require an API, and that API may require payment. And of course, depending upon volume as well. So there's a lot of freemium services out there that you say, okay, if you use this up to 3,000 times, for instance, with Firecrawl, which is a website crawler. If you use this 3,000 times, then it's going to be $19 a month. If you use it more than that, then of course there's a different plan. So a lot of different things like that, depending upon which tool you use within NAN, it's going to cost different things. All right, I think we're good here. Pratibha, I know we can get some questions in a little bit later here. So if I hit create workflow, all of a sudden we have a brand new workflow. We want to name our workflow. Let's call this GSDC test 2, because I think I had a test 1 earlier. All right, so now we have a workflow. Perfect. This is everybody can do this. You can jump out to the NAN cloud if you just want to get your feet wet a little bit, understand how it works. I think there's a 14-day free trial. I don't believe it does an auto renew. When I initially signed up, and just like a lot of folks do out there, you'll sign up for something, you'll forget, you don't really get confident in how it works, and that trial will lapse without you doing much of anything in it. That happened to me. And then all of a sudden I just kept watching YouTube videos and they kept mentioning NAN. I'm like, all right, you know what? I think I have to dig in here. So if you go through that process, or if you've done it with another tool, you are not alone. So you can see here, add first step. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's click. There we go. I guess I had a double click. All right, so the first step within any workflow is, when do I do this thing that you're about to tell me to do? And that is what's called a trigger. So you can see a number of the different triggers that they have here. Trigger manually. Every time I jump into NAN as Chris, I open it up on my computer and I hit this button, then it's going to trigger. So that's trigger manually. On app event, I don't really use that much. On a schedule, of course, if I want this every Monday at 8 a.m., we can do that. If I want that every day at 8 a.m., you can do that. If you want that 15 times a day, you can do that as well. So that's on a schedule. On a webhook call, this one gets a little bit more technical, but it's something I've been using a lot more recently. Essentially, if there's a situation where you have a Google Sheet, and every time somebody adds a Google form entry to that Google Sheet, then the workflow should kick off. The thing is, with Google Sheets, it kind of has a bit of a delay. A webhook, if you can install that within an app script within Google Sheets, that grabs it instantaneously. So again, the little things that you learn, how can you make this more robust? How can you make this more bulletproof? How can you tighten the screws as much as possible to avoid errors? Or if there is an error, then do this situation. These are all the little wrinkles that you can find out. Form submission, on chat message, all these different ways in which you can go ahead and initiate a workflow. But I'm just going to hit trigger manually, okay? So I'm going to hit execute workflow. Terrific. Workflow executed successfully. Now, what did it do? Well, it did absolutely nothing. All it did was finish this workflow, this one node, but that node does nothing. But if I click on up here, executions, I'm going to see, sure enough, at 12 noon and 47 seconds here on the East Coast of the United States on November 4th, we had this workflow execute properly. Okay. I haven't jumped into evaluations yet. That's something that's becoming more and more important. But I haven't jumped in it yet myself. Again, I'm still getting my feet underneath me to a degree. And then what we want to do at this point is we want to say, okay, Chris, you're talking a lot about infusing artificial intelligence into a workflow. I haven't seen it happen yet. Right now, we're just looking at something that's an automation. It's as simple as it is, that's what we're looking at. So now let's throw in some AI. So if I click on this little plus button, or if I click over here, you're going to see this little pop-up, which we just saw for the triggers. Now this time, it says, wait a second, we know you're not going to want to probably add another trigger right away. We can add another trigger, but it's like, you know what, you probably want to do something else. And that's exactly right. What we want to do, like I just mentioned, we want AI. So here, not a very, very long list, but you can see Anthropic, which has Claude. You can see Google, Gemini, Olama, the only way I know Olama is through when I tried to self-host ChatGPT, and like I don't think it was really worth it. If anybody's looking into, I haven't really done that. But OpenAI, I think this is a lot of people's first steps in. It's where people are most comfortable. They have a lot of memory, and therefore, let's go ahead and use OpenAI. Now, within a lot of these native nodes, and that's what this is, you can see their logo. It's a native node, something that they built out. We said, we know people are going to use this. As the vendor themselves, they want to make sure people get more and more comfortable. Every time I call this, I'm actually spending a little bit of money, and I'm going to touch on that if I have enough time. But what we want to do is not look at all this different stuff. I just want to do message a model. If you're going to jump into NAN, you're going to jump into message a model 98% of the time. So the 15 different actions are nice, but just like a lot of software, you use 10% of it, and that gets scratches your back as much as you need. So here we are. All right, terrific. Now, the first thing, it says credential to connect with. OpenAI account, that's my account. Is that the same as the account that I have here for ChatGPT? The answer is no. What I need to do to have NAN talk to ChatGPT here, I need to establish an API key. So what you would do, you jump out to platform.openai.com. This is my same exact username. So you can, well, that's not up there. Here it is down here. But same exact account and profile. But this time, instead of that $20 a month membership or subscription fee that I pay for the front end user interface, for the API, it's a little bit different. So if you jump out here, you click settings, you go to billing, you got to add some credits here. Now, this is for the value that you get out of this, it's insanely inexpensive. Right now I have a $10 balance. If I run a whole bunch of different stuff over the next however many hours, it might go down to $9.58, if that. Probably, again, depending upon what I do. But you can run this a lot for a relatively inexpensive cost. So that's what I'm talking about before. Okay, how much does this cost? Well, it depends upon how much you use the various tools that are charging you. My self-hosted NAN is not charging me anything. Okay. Once you have a balance, then you need to create an API key. You create a new key. You copy and paste that long string, which you might not even have visibility to, and you paste it into create new credentials. And that's pretty much it. Okay. So I don't want to create a new OpenAI account, but I do want to use ChatGPT. Now, what I'm going to do is I've already pre-wrote a very, very short prompt, write a pleasant reading email that also highlights some of the mind-blowing findings of the James Webb Space Telescope. As a data guy, I'm also a bit of a nerd and a space nerd, so that's what I'm going to put in here. Now, if I hit execute step, well, there's a couple problems here. Well, there's a problem executing the workflow. There's a problem running the workflow. That's because It's not tied up to anything. So we need to put this next to a trigger. And the way we do that, you just saw me drag this around, just put it right next to it, and it's able to be now connected. Okay. Now I hit save. I hit execute workflow. Oh, there's still a problem. Here we go. So what it does is it highlights those areas that need to be addressed. You're going to see red a lot once you get into this, and that's okay. So here we have the ability to choose any of the different large language models that ChatGPT has. Now, if I were to select Anthropic or Gemini, I would have, of course, access to very different models. But if I go here, I'm going to do mini. So I just type in mini and do 4.0 mini, and I'm going to escape. I'm going to hit execute workflow. So mini versus 5. 5 is very, very good in terms of sounding human for a request such as this, but it also takes a good amount of time. So this took about 7 seconds, give or take. So here you can see we got our output. So if you want to do this over and over and over, and you're going to have different inputs, you're going to have different requests or entries from a Google form, you can just every time somebody hits submit on a Google form, it's going to create this output. Now, it's one thing if it lives here in ChatGPT, and Pratibha, keep me honest with time here. I know I like to talk and I talk fast. But what we want to do is we want to finish this workflow. We want to deliver the outcome of this workflow as it pertains to my needs. My needs right now are very, very simple. I need to send an email. All right, so I type in Gmail. I'm going to, you can see 26 different actions, message actions, label actions, draft actions, thread actions, holy moly. I just want to send a message. And I'm going to use my credentials. Getting into the Google Cloud Console credential process is a lift. It's not the most fun, but again, you learn something. And what I'm telling people is it's kind of like you're climbing a mountain and you get up to the top and you find Machu Picchu. And all of a sudden you have all this capability of all this beauty that you can just start getting into. There is a bit of a lift when it comes to self-hosting, getting to VS Code, doing updates of any end, a lot of stuff that goes into it. But again, once you get to the top, once you get to the summit, you have much stronger capabilities. All right, so here I'm going to put in my email address. I'm going to say hello world, and I'm going to. This is where we get to when we're talking about nodes. I'm going to drag this content that's from the immediate upstream node. I'm going to put this in the message field, and I'm going to hit execute. So now it says, okay, it was sent. I guess node executed successfully. Let me go check that out on my email. Hello world, that looks familiar. A cosmic hello, incredible discoveries from the James Webb Space Telescope, dear recipient's name. So all this information. Now this is of course far from beautiful, but it does exactly that. Now if I jump back out to my workflow and I hit save and I hit this again, you're going to see it's going to do the same operation. It's going to do the same exact input prompts. It's going to send an email. But let's see. Hello and incredible discoveries from the James Webb Space Telescope. I hope this email finds you well, enjoying a wonderful day. Let's see if that's the same exact wording that we saw, that we're going to see in the latest. Oh, this one throws in a little emoji. Hope this email finds you well and thriving. Greetings from the cosmos. So slightly different terminology, slightly different words that the generative AI chose to apply this time that they chose to not apply last time. What's the rhyme and reason for that? I don't know. However, what you can do, just like within ChatGPT, is you can build out a very, very robust prompt that would say, I want this to be 15 words. I want this to have 5 bullet points, and they should be bullet pointed out here. And each of the bullets should start with the word in the year 2025, whatever you might need. It is insanely, incredibly, very, very, very flexible. So I know I've been talking for a little bit. I know I get excited. Pratibha, I'm not sure if you have any questions or how we are on time.
We have 5 more minutes. After that, we have to wrap up.
Terrific, terrific. So within this process, what you can then do is say, okay, well, when clicking execute workflow, that's one way that we can go ahead and have this process start. What you can then do is say, well, I want to have another trigger. So if that says, okay, on schedule, all right, well, that schedule should be every day, every one day at midnight. Well, you know what? I want that to be at 11 a.m. And then it's actually instead of 11 a.m., 11:50. And then I hit execute. So there we go. So now there's two ways in which this workflow can be initiated: schedule trigger or when clicking workflow. Now, real quick, I'm going to get into this maybe a little bit more on Friday. If you want to join again, I'll probably tee it up in a similar manner, but jump into a currently built workflow that I use on a regular basis. But if I go here and I go to AI, I'm going to go instead of to OpenAI, I'm going to go to AI agent. And we're going to escape from this. Now, okay. Now, one thing we say, okay, well, when we engage with an AI agent, what we want to do is we do that usually with some kind of a chat, right? We have a question about a data set. We have a question about a policy, and what's called a retrieval augmented generation is the process that is employed for that type of a thing. But we need to initiate that workflow with a chat. And where the heck is that? Form submission chat message. There we go. So make chat publicly available. No, no, no. Here, we tie this into here. And now we would be able to have a chat with our agent depending upon the tools, the capabilities that we give it. So again, this is something that we can spend a lot of time on here. But for now, I'm just going to touch on that real quick. The chat model that we want, for me, is usually going to be ChatGPT. The memory is we're going to have simple memory. Simple memory. And then the tools, this is where you can start saying, okay, I want a calculator tool. Okay, great. I want a Gmail tool. Okay. And then all these different things that you can start toggling. So once you jump in to NAN, and once you understand how relatively easy, I haven't touched a line of code this entire time, but you can build a lot of different things. You can make a very complicated, complex workflow. You can start thinking about the things that you do right now for your job, for your boss, for your family, even to make your life that much more streamlined and smooth, and saving your time and expanding the value that you have. The way to do that is with tools. That's been the case since before, when we were cavemen and such. Oh, well, let's use a hammer. Let's use some fire. These are tools that are going to level us up. And I truly believe that artificial intelligence is a tool that is going to massively level us up. It's just a matter of we need to spend the time to learn it. We need to not be afraid of it. And all of a sudden, we can use it to our advantage. So with that, I'm going to stop here unless anybody has any questions or specific things they'd like to see here.
Thank you so much, Chris, for those amazing and insightful session. I'm sure our participants have learned a lot. So because we have run out of time, we'll not be able to take the question. So if any of the participants have any question or you want to know more about the N10 or you want to know more about the Chris, you want to connect with them. So I have shared his LinkedIn ID in the chat box. You can connect with them. Now let me share my slide quickly. Just please allow me a minute. It's time to talk about the AI tool challenge, which you guys have been waiting for. So this is the AI tool challenge, and please take a note of it. I'm also sharing this challenge into the chat box for your convenience. So what you have to do, you have to complete this challenge. You have to post it on LinkedIn and you have to tag the GSDC. By completing this challenge, tagging the GSDC, you will be helping us to follow your journey. And apart from that, the challenge of AI 100 days to challenge winners will get a $400 of gift certification voucher. So please make sure you're participating in that. And we are very much happy to see so many participants are actively doing this challenge, posting on LinkedIn and tagging the GSDC. By tagging the GSDC, they are helping us to follow their journey and cheering for them on every step of the way. So please make sure you're also tagging the GSDC while posting on LinkedIn. So we will be follow your journey as well. And we are cheering for you on every step of the way. And if you need any help or if you want any assistance, you can join our WhatsApp community. I'll be sharing the link in the chat box for your convenience. With that, I wanted to let you know about our one more tool, that is utility tool. So utility tool will help you to re-improvise your LinkedIn account. So what you can do, you can log in into utility tool by using your LinkedIn ID and password. And after that, the utility tool will give you a recommendation which will make your profile stand out in front of the recruitment and HR. So it will give you a bio recommendation, the profile recommendation, experience management recommendation, and everything. So for those, for our participant, we have given the complimentary coupon code, that is AUG100. I'll be sharing this in the chat box also for your convenience, so that you can get a benefit of this utility tool as well. Now, before wrapping up, let me announce regarding the tomorrow's event. So tomorrow we will have Leo Jiang, founder and CEO at Ground AI. He's going to lead the session of Rethink of Future of Growth with AI, and the tool he's going to demonstrate, that will be AI Sales Copilot. So make sure you're grabbing spot for tomorrow as well. And apart from that, we are also conducting some other webinars as well, which includes the Solving Supply Chain with Gen AI, which is conducting from 7:30 a.m. CST, 8:30 p.m. SGT, and 6 p.m. IST. And with that, it's time to celebrate our referral champions. So we have Saroj, Daud, and Leela Venkatesh. Congratulations to all three of you. Keep the momentum going. You can also be a part of the referral championship. So what you have to do, you have, if any of your peers, colleagues, or professionals want to join in one of our webinar, just go through the GSDC website and share the registration link to them. Once you hit a 50 referral point, you'll be eligible to get a free gift certification voucher from us. With that, before that, you can connect with us on our LinkedIn, on our website, on our WhatsApp community. I'll be sharing the link in the chat box for your convenience. And now we have come to an end. Thank you so much for all the participants for the joining. Thank you so much, Chris, for all this amazing and insightful session. We are very honored to have you as our speaker. Please keep learning, keep engaging, and keep energizing. Have a good day, good night, and good evening wherever you are.